A storm is bringing exceptional rainfall to Scotland, Ireland, and more is expected. Storm Babet has dumped over 26 inches of rain in the region, which is well above the normal levels for this time of year. The UK's meteorological agency has once again issued a rare red weather warning in Scotland due to the exceptional rainfall, marking a second warning in less than 3 days as Storm Babet continues to wreak havoc in the region. At least 3 people have lost their lives due to the storm. Police reported on Thursday that a 57-year-old woman was swept into the river in Angus, Scotland, and a 56-year-old man died after a tree fell on his truck in the nearby Forfar. A man in Shropshire, England, tragically lost his life on Friday morning after being swept away by fast-flowing floodwaters from a stream that blocked the road. According to the Southern and Scottish electricity networks, over 33,000 customers lost power in the affected areas, and electricity was restored on Saturday morning. The spokesperson for the weather agency stated the rainfall witnessed is exceptional. It's not your typical autumn weather. The storm is also bringing wind gusts of up to 70 miles per hour. The second danger to life red weather warning in a week has been issued for the eastern regions of Scotland, with heavy rain and strong winds expected across the United Kingdom. Rainfall amounts of 70 to 100 millimeters have fallen in the areas of Angus and Aberdeenshire, which were already severely affected by flooding. 3 severe flood warnings have also been issued for Derbyshire, indicating a significant risk to life. Flooding from major rivers may continue into Tuesday. Rail network disruptions led to the closure of London's King Cross station on Saturday afternoon as the National Rail deemed the station too crowded to ensure the safety of all passengers. Residents across Scotland are still displaced due to the flooding. Network Rail has announced that the train services in Scotland will be severely disrupted on Saturday, and railway lines in other parts of England were inundated overnight. It has warned that some rail lines in England, including a number in the northeast, will also be affected. This includes the mainline Midland route from Sheffield to London. The Environmental Agency is monitoring the Ladyborough Reservoir in Derbyshire, which is nearing its capacity after heavy rainfall. Excessive water release could lead to flooding along the Derwent River. The area manager of Derbyshire Fire and Rescue Service told BBC Breakfast that 100 people, including 20 care home residents, had to be rescued on Friday. Meanwhile, sports schedules have been affected as football matches in Scotland and horse racing events have been postponed. In Scotland, roads and bridges have collapsed and dozens of households had to be rescued in Angus, where the flood defense systems were overwhelmed early on. The river water levels rose 14 feet higher than usual and continued to increase on Friday. Nearly 13,000 households lost power on Friday evening, 10,000 across the UK and 2,800 in Scotland. Law enforcement authorities have advised against travel in the red alert areas. Early on Friday, Leeds Bradford Airport closed after a plane skidded off the runway due to the storm. Owners hope to reopen the airport at 11 a.m. on Saturday.
Did you think it was going to be this bad, Pete?
No, obviously, no. We've never...
Bershin in Angus is one of the hardest hit areas, with 60 households needing to be rescued after they chose to stay in their homes despite evacuation warnings for the entire town. Recent heavy rains have saturated the ground, and then the combination of high tides and heavy rainfall caused rivers to overflow. Floods in County Cork, Ireland, causing extensive damage to hundreds of homes and businesses following heavy rainfall at the end of October 18th. Emergency services had to rescue several individuals trapped by the floods. Some roads were submerged in floodwaters, and the disruption may continue into the area in coming days. Large waves from the storm hit the harbour Stonehaven, south of Aberdeen, Scotland, on Friday. The last time the UK issued a severe weather warning for heavy rain was in 2020 during Storm Dennis, which resulted in at least 3 fatalities and widespread flooding in many parts of the UK, Wales, and Scotland. It was one of the most powerful storms to hit the North Atlantic and raised questions about the country's preparedness for severe flooding. The Environmental Agency has issued 3 severe flood warnings along with River Derwent in Derbyshire, meaning that the deep and fast-flowing waters pose a significant risk of life-threatening or serious injury. The areas of the highest risk include water treatment works in Derby. Flooding has also occurred in the city centre of Derby. Scotland's First Minister, Humaz Yousaf, stated, "Unfortunately, it's clear that we haven't seen the last of this storm." The storm is also causing widespread damage across Europe, including Denmark. The Danish Meteorological Institute posted on social media that the anticipated water levels to exceed 100-year events in some places. In Germany, some streets and squares in the cities along the Baltic Sea coast are flooded. Please leave your discussion comments below the video comments section. Thank you very much for your keen interest, follow-up, and enthusiastic support. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. For now, we say goodbye and look forward to seeing you in our next videos. Wishing everyone a warm day with your family.